Hello, people on the interwebs. Welcome to another car review. Today I'm reviewing a 2021 Kia Telluride. Today I'm going to take this thing off-road and tell you how it rides. You're welcome. This is the SUV you keep seeing with those dope-looking daytime running lights. It's like an amber ring of fire around those two LED projectors. This thing's got 8 fog lights, 4 individual LED cubes per side. I don't care if looks are subjective, this is a good looking SUV. They nailed it, period. As far as the important stuff goes, the wheel and tire package on this SX model is a gloss black 20 by 7.5 wrapped in a 245 50 20-inch Michelin Primacy all-season tire. Braking wise, up front you got a 13.4-inch rotor. It's fairly large, but it's only a 2-piston caliper. And in the rear you have a 12-inch rotor with a single piston caliper. It's a good-looking wheel and tire package on here, but off-road wise, that's not a very aggressive tire, and taking a gloss black 20 off-road is not exactly something I want to do, but it's still gonna happen. And then there's the back end. I don't even want to get in the shot and ruin it. It's just such a good looking vehicle. I love the taillights. Open. Ooh! I like it's got the brushed aluminum right there on the entry. This right here is genius. If you open up this back storage compartment, there's the little accordion slider that goes above the rear storage area. It stows down inside this compartment. It's quite a bit of space in here if the third row seats folded down. Actually, a lot of it. You can see right here, you can fold them with a button. Oh geez, that's those ones. I didn't even realize that. I'm critiquing your artwork here, Kia. The D-pillar kind of looks correct-ish. I'll give you a pass. On to the inside. We're gonna make this quick and to the point so we can get to the important stuff like off-roading and then nerding out over the tech specs on the lift. In the back seat, and then the rear seats are folded down. And keep in mind, this thing is under $50,000. This is a steal, an absolute bargain. I am not trying to blow smoke up Kia's ass either. I truly mean it. You're getting a ton for your money in this thing. Heated steering wheel, memory seats, LED, of course, foldy boys, foldy boy. Wireless charge pad, heated and ventilated seats in the front. I like the back seat in here. I got a little sunshade, even though if you tint your windows, that's kind of pointless. It's got heated and cooled seats in the back too. This is fun. Adjustable. This thing's got some pretty nice carpet in it too. I know on camera it looks like the headliner material might be stained or something because of the different coloration in it. It's actually synthetic suede. It's super soft. All the pillars are finished in it. It's really nice. I have a rouched pocket here, and then I have a net pocket below it, and there's a little holder for your phone cord so you can have it neat and presentable. And then on the side is the USB charge port. Meme avec des sacs goofballs intelligence. Finally, we get some intelligent goofballs in these cars. Where's the recline lever? Woo! I like this right here. It has its own individual climate control thing on the roof. Dude, I'm wearing a 4-inch heel right now. That makes me like 6'3", and I'm not super cramped back here. Yeah, my knees are hitting the seat in front of me, but I got my own LED light. Even the people in the third row have their own little cabin vents, kind of like in an aircraft. All right, let's start this thing up, see what it sounds. I don't think there's any fake sound generation happening through the speakers in here. And speaking of speakers, the Harman Kardon sound system, I actually said that correctly for the first time, is phenomenal. I think a lot of it has to do with the speaker placement and the acoustics overall, the sound insulation in here. When you're driving down the road listening to the sound system, you cannot hear anything outside the car, and the acoustics are on point. It is an incredible surround sound system, and I'm giving this a lot of praise because it truly deserves it. If you ever ride one of these, you'll see what I'm talking about. One huge complaint though, Kia, where are the bird noises in here? It doesn't have any of the ambient sounds. This is bullshit. In the name of science, it is now time to give this thing the beans. I'm going to use my drive mode selector here in the center and select Sport. There are multiple modes in here, and what they do is they vary the torque distribution front to rear. So if you press the center locker button, what that will do is give you a perfect 50-50 front to rear distribution of your power. Now, sport mode is a 65-35 split, and then you have comfort and snow. Comfort and snow is 80% front, 20% rear, and then you have eco and smart, which is 100% of the front and 0% of the rear. And I know some of you are probably wondering what happens if you hit the diff locker on dry acceleration run on asphalt. We shall see. With that said, give this thing a little assistance and let it eat. Ready? Go. Okay. Woo. It sounds like it's trying. It's not slow and it's not fast. It's just like healthy. It's what you should expect, I guess. And it allowed me to keep my diff locked that entire time. So that was a 50-50 power distribution taking off. Pop, pop. Telluride. Hey, hood struts. That's simple. Hello, and welcome to Garage Science with Sarah. Under the hood of the 2021 Kia Telluride is a Golf 6 Delta November Lambda 2 all aluminum 3.8 liter V6 that produces 291 horsepower at 6,000 RPM and 262 pound-feet of torque at 5,200 RPM. This is absolutely an idiot-proof engine bay. They did a great job at making this easily maintainable for the average consumer. I mean, look at the air filter. Pull out to open. Okay. Oh, little latch. Lock, unlock, unlock, pull out. Air filter removed. You should never have to take this to the dealer to change your air filter. If you cannot figure out how to change this air filter, you shouldn't be allowed to brush your teeth. Simple boiling things will make your hand turn to a red X. Easily accessible fuse box, ECU removes with this little tab right here. Coolant reservoir, simple, nice little, that's a durable feeling black plug too. Grab this symbol if you want to chop off your hands. Of course, you're gonna pop the plastic cover here and look underneath. It's really dusty because it's Arizona. You got plastic upper plenum, plastic lower plenum, plastic valve covers. It is a 4-cam, dual overhead cam, 4 valves per cylinder. Direct injection. Yeah, it looks fairly simple to work on. Yeah, you will have to take off your upper plenum to get to the rear bank of cylinders, but it's not stuffed underneath the wiper cowl like a lot of other transversely mounted V6s. In 2019, this iteration of the Lambda 2 V6 came out. It features a 13:1 compression ratio, continuous variable valve timing, as well as an Atkinson cycle instead of a Otto cycle. That has nothing to do with mammals riding bicycles or diets where you only eat meat. I'm gonna stick to cars. It's time for the braking test. No one behind me? Ready? Ooh, that's so smooth. There goes my keys. That was the smoothest braking test of anything I think I've ever tested. And it stopped well too. That was so weird. There was like the least violent possible stop with still being effective. Hi, I'm back. It's now time to go underneath this Telluride so I can tell you how it rides. This is the tow package. It'll tow 5,000 pounds or one old crappy trailer and an MR2. And it is a square receiver because it has square exhaust tips. No, not really, I'm just joking. This is a 7-pin plug. It's new for 2021. It used to be a 4-pin. Real metal, no plastic bullshit back here. There is an option for an auto leveling rear suspension on these Tellurides, and I think if you're gonna do any sort of towing, I would definitely recommend that on this multi-link rear suspension style. It does have stamped steel control arms, but you can see the knuckle is aluminum. If anybody actually scans this, let me know in the comment section what pops up, I'm curious. The engineers at Kia thought this one out. They put some Pop-Tart wrapper to protect your rubber from drying out, and also a robot's shin guard to help that too. The front and rear diffs on the Telluride are open. It's only the center diff that is locking, but this thing will utilize the ABS to pulsate your traction control to act like a simulated front and rear locker. The underside of the Telluride doesn't really give you much as far as underbody protection goes, so if you're gonna do any kind of serious off-roading, especially around rocks, I would definitely take that into consideration. What it does have though is a fairly easily accessible undercarriage as far as maintenance goes. I mean, you can see the carrier bearing for the drive shaft has really nothing around it blocking access. This doesn't look too difficult so far to work on things on here. Ooh, what does the sticker say? Day Sung Co Limited. Up front, it has a McPherson strut style front suspension, most of which is constructed out of steel. However, the knuckle again is made out of forged aluminum. It definitely looks easy to work on. Nothing up here is too complicated. And that is a massive anti-sway bar end link. That thing is like 2 feet long. Maintenance wise, the lower half of the engine, the steering rack, the transfer case, all of which are fairly accessible. There's quite a bit of room right here. You can easily get your arms up inside there, which is nice. Lastly, the transmission. This is Kia Hyundai's 8-speed automatic transmission. It's a traditional torque converter type automatic, and it does have an open front diff, like I said before. One thing I do like, because this is a transversely mounted engine, the fact that the rear bank of cylinders, if you look at the exhaust pipe right here, it doesn't have too crazy of a bend for the rear bank of 3 cylinders to enter the main exhaust stream. I've seen worse on some other transversely mounted V6 configurations. So again, there's nothing protecting all right here though, which is kind of a downside. I thought that said mango for a second. The steering rack says Mando on it, like mandatory study. I don't really have the tires for this, so this is gonna be fun. Let's hope I don't get stuck. I'm going to put it into diff lock mode preemptively, just because I don't have faith in these tires. Ooh, there's a dragonfly in front of me. Oh, I hope the camera picks that up. That's so neat. He's my tour guide. My dragonfly tour guide. Ooh, geez, oh, this is, ooh, I'm going fast. I just felt like I was gonna get stuck if I went slow through that. Now I tried this area with the Subaru Forester Sport, not mine, not Gump. Gump's a tarmac Gump, not a off-road Gump. I'm gonna try this with the Telluride. I don't think it'll do it. The Forester couldn't do it. I shouldn't say the Forester couldn't do it. It probably could if I abused it. And this thing's got 17 degrees of approach, 20.9 of departure. So that should be enough for this. Oh, no. It gave up at the same spot that the Forester gave up. Okay. Defeat traction control. See if that will help. Now let's try this again. I don't want to go too fast because I don't want to destroy this thing. Come on. No. It will not do it. Man, this is crazy. This doesn't look like that challenging of a hill, but it's proving to be pretty tough for a lot of vehicles. I'll try manual mode and I'll try first gear. One last try. Come on, Kia. No! It will not do it. Oh, it got angry at me. Ah, that sucks. It's computer aids that are stopping me from doing this, not the raw mechanics of the vehicle. You can just feel things freaking out and like, nope, you should not do this, and it's preventing me. That's not happening. Nope. I'm not going through that. Not at all. Okay. Let's try to find some stuff I can go through. Because of how this thing performed on the hill back there, I don't have as much confidence in it anymore. So even going through mud like this, I'm a little wary. I'm gonna go through the green mud. Green mud, go. Ooh, jeez, this is deep. Ooh, it did it. right, I'm starting to get a verdict right here on this thing's off-road capabilities. I think it's actually fairly capable off-road with the right tire on it, which is common sense, but I don't think this is actually that bad off-road. I don't want to let this thing take an L, so I'm going to try a little bit less aggressive of a hill that's more realistic for this type of a vehicle. I got faith in you, Telluride. You can do this one. It's going to be a little slippery because it rained. Come on. Oh yeah. It'll do this. No problem. Yep. It didn't mind that one bit. Going back down. I got to at least mention it, even though this is an off-road review. On-road, this thing is so comfy, and the fuel economy is on point considering how big this thing is and the fact that it's all-wheel drive. I mean, it is mostly in front-wheel drive when it's on the highway, but great fuel economy considering this thing is naturally aspirated too. If you guys never seen one of my vehicle reviews before, I have multiple categories that rate and assess them, starting with the bean score. Is a rating of 1 to 5 beans based on the feeling you get in your gut when you give it the beans. And the Telluride over here is getting a rating of 1 bean. 1 healthy, adequate bean. It's not fast, it's not slow, it's just adequate. Can't complain. Next is the Meatball Score. Is a rating of 1 to 5 meatballs based on a vehicle's off-road ability to tackle green, slimy wads of mud. Balls. The Telluride SX all-wheel drive is getting a rating of 1.4 meatballs. It didn't do as well off-road as I was hoping, and it all has to do with the tires that are on here. It's on 20-inch wheels. I like the fact that it has that center diff locker and the fact that you can keep it locked all the time if you want. Next is the cookie score. Is a rating of 1 to 5 cookies based on what you get for what you spend. It's an assessment of value, and the SX all-wheel drive gets a rating of 5 cookies. It doesn't get any better than this. This is phenomenal value. I am so impressed with the Telluride. It just, I don't know. I really am impressed by this thing. Lastly though is the penguin score. Is a rating of 1 to 5 penguins based on how much I personally like a vehicle. And the Telluride gets a rating of 4 penguins. I enjoy driving it, I really do. It's not really my type of vehicle, but I'm happy every time I'm driving it. It's just a nice place to be and cruise around in. It's a great vehicle and it looks good too. Anyway, I'm gonna get the fuck out of this hot, stinky mosquito den I'm standing in. It's 100 degrees and humid and there's mosquitoes everywhere. And it smells like some kind of mammal's shit. So I will see you guys soon with another video. Bye.